Alright, we're just doing a very quick one. Just want to talk about age ratings in the media we're going to talk about. This was a bit related to big court case in America last week. They tried to make it a law that if a parent allows their child to play games for an age rating above their age, the parent will be prosecuted. It's a bit. I mean, what were your parents like growing up with games and videos and films? I mean,
the ones that stick out for me, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
My dad bought Grand Theft Auto 3 for me in game. I remember. I was like, fuck yes.
So were you allowed to play what you wanted?
I was allowed that one, and then Vice City came out. And my mum, there was a big uproar about Vice City, if you remember. Yeah. Because there was it was more violent than all the others had been before. You could use weapons. And the whole, you can kill a prostitute and take your money back from her, and everything like that. So my mum didn't let me have Vice City.
It's alright to use them, but once you can kill them and get the money back, people go into uproar.
Yeah. But for me, it was, my parents aren't too strict about it. I obviously played games that were above my age. Yeah. And I don't think they've had a detrimental effect on me.
No, it's all about how you're taught, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
My parents let me watch and play anything I wanted pretty much because you're always taught that's entertainment and what you see on screen isn't what you do in real life.
Exactly.
Every time something happens, it's blamed on video games. That it frustrates me because it's an excuse for bad parenting.
That's true. That's true. You can't blame. If anything, it's just a catalyst for other people. For people who are already fucked up. To think that. I don't think that if they play in a game, they think it's okay to do that stuff, unless already they've got preconceptions about it being okay to do that stuff. You don't. I play fucking Grand Theft Auto. I'm not going to go out and kill a prostitute.
I would call you the exact opposite of the protagonist in Grand Theft Auto,
Especially if I'm 8 years old or 10 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out, find a prostitute, fuck her, pay her, kill her.
Exactly. You know that it's wrong if you've been taught that it's wrong. And playing it on a video game is not going to have any effect on you whatsoever. Yeah. It can have an effect on people, but obviously they've already got
It can, but I mean...
It's only if they've not been taught.
Yeah, I mean, this law's looking at parents. I mean, you must know if your child is capable of taking in this form of media and knowing what the lines are.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were allowed to watch anything when we were young in our house, and I haven't killed yet. So
I was allowed to watch things when I was
pushed it.
When I was very young, I was allowed to watch things with language in it. And things with sort of sex and nudity. My mum didn't mind about that so much. She wasn't so keen on me watching violent stuff. Yeah. But she doesn't like violent stuff herself. I don't know whether she was trying to just sway me away from it. I think it had the complete opposite effect because I absolutely love that sort of shit nowadays. Yeah. And also she kind of kept me away from horrors as well. But I really like horrors now. But it's sort of, I don't think even with films. You can tell that the film is not real. There are other things that are more dangerous than video game ratings being...
But it's the easy target.
Well, yeah, exactly.
For the media.
Exactly, yeah. But when you're talking about media, there's so much fucking worse things than video games that are influencing kids. I give an example, all these fucking magazines and shit like that. Magazines and all those fucking gossip.
None of that has an age rating on.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all bollocks. It's... Media-wise, obviously, it influences some people, but video games is just, as you say, easy target, and I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So obviously,
I reckon. I know it's I don't know if this would count as discrimination or something, but if a middle-aged woman comes up to you in a game store with Grand Theft Auto, there should be a law where you're allowed to question her, who are you buying this for? You're not buying it for yourself. No way are you buying this for yourself.
It's a bit assumptuous.
That's what I meant. Well, does that cross the line? But
I mean, I used to when I worked at the Tesco, I used to work on selling the video games, and you used to get a lot of parents would buy stuff for kids, and you could tell that the parent didn't know what they're actually buying. Yeah. And that concerns me. I think if you know what you're giving them, that's fine. If you know what Grand Theft Auto consists of, but they were buying games like Call of Duty and stuff, and they didn't know what they were buying. It could be anything.
Yeah.
And I think again, it's just shoddy parenting.
Call of Duty these days, that's actually getting quite gory now these days. Yeah.
I think all should, especially as the graphics get more realistic and stuff, and they push for it almost. Don't they? That's a selling point, isn't it? Your body parts can come off and stuff. It's like a sell.
Yeah.
Bulletstorm is like the goriest shooter I've ever played. Really.
Yeah, quite possibly. One of the goriest, anyway. So none of us are parents that we know of.
No. Fucking hope not.
It's a shock. Actually, Harvey, this is your life. Coming in the doorway now.
Oh God, yeah. Here he is, Nelson, 3 years old. What?
Like, your own kids are. I mean, so your attitude would be.
What's your kid be called?
I don't know.
After Mandela, the dog.
Great man. I don't know. I don't really know because I don't even know if I want kids.
It's a cross you bridge when you come to us.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose I would probably do what my mum did as well. I'd try and, you know, I wouldn't want them watching proper fucking gory stuff. I don't like, obviously kids can get desensitised from stuff from really young age, and I don't think that's good at all. But once they're older, once they're teenagers, once they've been taught the difference between wrong and right, you know, once they're not so spongy.
You don't want the government telling you what's illegal for you to show them.
Age ratings for me, you know, I grew up in a house.
It's a recommendation, I think.
Well, yeah. I grew up in a house where there wasn't many 18 films or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was mainly all sort of 12s. You'd have the occasional 15, and I think we had one 18. It was like Billy Connolly stand up,
which is quite scary at times.
But so for me, my kids are going to be growing up in a house with loads of 18s because those are the sort of films that I like to watch as well. Especially as you can, with 18s, you can be as realistic as possible. Yeah. Somebody hurts themselves in a factory. I think this is a Ricky Gervais quote, actually. They don't say fucking, oh, fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
Oh, fiddlesticks, I've hurt myself. You know, they go, oh, fucking cunt. Something like that. And that's what you can put in 18.
The X-Men First Class had the best use of the F word in a 15. So you only use one F word, aren't
They're only allowed one,
and it was a perfect usage.
15,
what was it? I've forgotten it.
When Wolverine tells them to go fuck themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think that's quite funny. You're allowed a quota
of
one F word. It's almost as if they took that and they thought, right, where are we going to put the F word? Well, Wolverine, let's get him. Hugh, where are you?
Like unpin the tail on the donkey. But just like scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
You talk about quotas and age ratings, so like stuff like a Serbian film.
I'm familiar with it. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I'm not interested in it. But I've got my firm belief is that if somebody wants to see it, it should be available to them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people talk about how films should be illegal and banned, and like I see someone on Facebook today saying anyone that buys it should be investigated by the police,
That's
and you think.
Ridiculous.
If you don't want to watch it, that's fine. It doesn't particularly appeal to me.
No.
But it is a form of art. It might not be the classiest film in the world, but it is a form of art.
It's supposed to be very clever, that film. It's actually
apparently
supposed to be about Serbia.
It's about political stuff over there, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is, obviously, it sounds fucking disgusting. I've read the plot.
I mean, do you know anything about it, Sean?
No.
It's basically a retired porn star who gets forced back into it, and he has sex for a newborn baby.
He fucks his kids and everything.
He fucks someone and stuff.
There's one scene where someone's having sex with a woman and they slice her head off to induce rigor mortis or something. It's proper fucked up shit.
It doesn't appeal to me, but if someone wants to watch that and put that out as media, they should be entitled to. And it's...
I think so. If it's not, you know... Even hardcore pornography.
As long as it ain't
that's
snuff.
Available. It's available. Don't complain about it.
As long as it isn't someone genuinely dying on screen. It's all portrayed. Then what's the harm?
Exactly. It is acting, and it is, as you say, a form of art. It's fiction, and it should be treated as that. It shouldn't be treated as something that's going to...
Art should offend in some way, should it not?
Yeah, definitely. That's very good. Art should offend.
So long story short, we should be in control of age rating.
I'm up for that, I'm well up for that.
I think it is more of a recommendation.
Old people
and that's the way I've treated it.
Shouldn't be allowed near it because they're old and haven't played Xbox.
Having said that, I don't think kids should be allowed to play games like Call of Duty because it's fucking annoying when you're playing against a kid, isn't it?
Especially when they're better than you. And they're teabagging you and going, fuck it! Down Xbox Live. And,
Yeah.